How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the B Team. We got a good one for you today. We got Mikey over there. There we go. Give him a wave. Give him a good wave. Give him a good wave, you know? We got to get these vibes up. It snowed last night, so golf is 100% canceled again tomorrow, which sucks ass. But that's okay. We'll be back. We'll be back eventually. We got some very good ideas coming up. We got some good deals for you guys. Let's start it off hot. We got Mesa. Get 10% off right now. Go see Mikey. He's got that shit cooking. It's Valentine's Day. I know we got a lot of guys our age out there listening to this. Do not forget about your girlfriend. Make sure you make that reservation and take her to Mesa Modern Mexican for Valentine's Day. 10% off your entrees. On top of that, Mike.
Talk to me.
We have a new one. We had a soft release of it last week on Instagram and throughout the pod. For Wellness. Phil Mickelson, Grant Horvat, all those guys, they're using it. It's big in the golf community right now. Get your coffee supplements. Get your healthy recovery, rehydration supplements. Right now, if you go to their website, I believe you still have until the end of Wednesday, I want to say. DJ50 gets you 50% off, and then use our code, which is, give me one sec, I'll get it up here. That's what she said. Colin, COLIN 52473. Listen, not my first choice of a code, but that's what they gave me. Go ahead, get yourself $15 off your first order. So you could have 50% off and then $15 more off your first order.
Boom.
Go get yourself some good stuff. So Mesa Modern Mexican for Wellness. It's on our Instagram if you need help finding it. Whew.
Good job.
Fuck. Got through that. That was crazy.
Yeah, he snapped. It was a great ad read.
All right, before we get into any sports, we got to talk about something. So the Grammys were yesterday, and I have a few points we got to talk about. First, shout out to Mike's make-believe girlfriend, Sabrina Carpenter. 2 Grammys, Mike. Let's go.
Congratulations, Sabrina. Congratulations to Kendrick.
Those are kind of like yours.
Maybe one day. Kendrick, this is all about Kendrick, bro. He did a clean sweep. Good for him.
He racked up record and song of the year, best rap performance and best rap song of the year for Not Like Us. Dude, that's
all that mattered.
It was awesome.
If Kendrick didn't get anything, these Grammys, I mean, they're stupid anyways, but he deserved it. He deserved it all.
That
song is amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was a diss track and he probably came up with it in, I don't know, a day.
Yeah. Impressive.
Yeah.
Talent.
That's... Yeah, the least to say right there.
He had them all singing it. At one point, there was some lady down front stanky legging.
People still watch the Grammys?
I mean, I didn't. I just saw it on...
Can we talk about something real quick? What's good with Kanye's girl? That is a little too much. I'm sorry.
Is she a robot?
She might be.
She has to be a robot, right?
Yeah, but that outfit, my God,
come on, man. Do you follow Kanye on Twitter?
Yeah, I follow
him.
Dude,
he's posting pictures of it. All over the place.
What is going on here?
Weird,
I got to listen. Anyone can wear what the hell they want to, but at the Grammys, so look pretty much butt-ass naked is just a very interesting choice of attire to wear.
Dude, when was the last time we sat here and said something that Kanye did was cool? Like he was in the news for something he did that was cool.
Kanye's, I mean, end of his prime career, which is pretty much Carnivals and After. I'm sorry. That album
it's a joke.
Sucked.
It's a joke.
I love Ty Dolla $ign. That album sucked. Even maybe a little bit before with Donda. Donda had some good songs on it, but he just kind of went off the rails.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of been off the rails. So whatever he does, he's kind of turned into like a Frank Ocean now. He's just not even want to show up anymore.
Why does she agree to it though?
Huh?
Why does she agree to it?
I mean, it's her body. She can do whatever she wants.
I hear you.
I mean?
I hear you. But it's like it's always her in the crazy outfit and then him just in all black.
Yeah.
He didn't cover his face. Positive steps forward.
That was a shocker. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if that's...
What was more shocking? Beyonce getting country album of the year over like Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan.
That would probably be the most shocking.
That's where I'm looking at. I'm like, this thing's rigged. This is why people don't watch.
Yeah. It's gotten worse and worse every year.
Yeah, and
listen, congrats to everyone who won their awards and everyone. I know that one girl had a very good album, Dochi. I don't even know. I couldn't even pronounce these names.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I saw that.
Her album was solid, apparently, to a lot of people on the internet. Chappelle Roan won as well. She's a big popular artist coming up.
Yeah.
So, but
she's one that sings Pink Pony Club.
Probably.
People are going to think I'm really weird for knowing that, but every girl listens to it now. So
at least some of the nominations
every week.
that like Common, I thought Common and Pete Rock's album no one really knew about, but like I did, and I'm a big Common fan. I love that album. I think it's awesome. I think the beats are great.
See, you're really big into the music stuff, and so I'm surprised that like you don't follow this.
I just think it's
much.
so stupid, bro.
No,
it's so
yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah.
That's why I don't follow it. You know what I mean? Like
but you got Jaden Smith showing up with a house on his head.
There you go. I think the Slim Shady, I don't even know why his album was a nomination. I mean, it's listen, I love that. Houdini's still relevant. Houdini's a good song, but I don't think it was worth a nomination. I mean, people could say the same about Common and Pete Rock, but that album's actually like very good in my opinion.
Do you think that albums get watered down now because the way that streaming works in Apple Music, you got Spotify, these albums, they get listened to, but it could be one song like over and over and over and over. So like Houdini, you know, people could have listened to it 10 billion times, and all of a sudden that album's up for an award, when in reality, it's really just the song.
If Bad Bunny would have dropped this album that he just posted January of 2024, that probably would have been album of the year. No doubt about it. Yeah. I mean, that's a...
Wait, so... January counts? Does that count towards it?
Or February. I'm sorry, February of 2024.
Oh wait, 2024. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that would have dropped, I'm trying to think of like other albums that came out are really good. The Fontaines album. I don't know if a lot of people know them. Shout out to the boys who I'm in a GM with. That's also a very good album. Unique in a way. I mean, I just feel like a lot, like you said, it's kind of watered down where you'll have these artists and they'll have like one massive hit song on an album. I think the one girl who won, I think her album was actually like pretty good throughout. Yeah. It wasn't just like one hit song; there was multiple. So it was just exactly why she won it. But
so how do these awards? I don't watch the Grammys. I don't follow music at all.
Either.
I don't know how the awards are actually voted on or given.
Fan votes.
It's all fan votes.
I think it's just all fan votes.
See, so there, right there, like Beyonce could have just made a bunch of bots and had a bunch of votes. And like because Taylor Swift should win every award then.
It's kind of like a popularity contest at the end of the day.
So Taylor Swift should just win everything.
Pretty much.
Sabrina Carpenter winning, that makes her look even better.
Yeah, you got all these guys that are up there that are very popular. Again, the one that didn't win was that new girl. But she's like a very good up-and-coming artist. Chappelle Roan, same thing. But she's got millions of followers on Spotify and whatnot. But it was all Kendrick. Like it was on one of my feeds. Like I saw all the nominations, the awards that they were going to get, and am I shocked that Beyonce won the country album? I guess not, but have I listened to any songs in the album? No.
But I feel like that song came out years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that whole album came out years ago.
It's funny that country music now is being diversified in a way. Like it's not just like obviously like country when they had those awards, it would strictly be like, okay, like who's the top country artist? Like the dude's probably going to win. But now you have a lot of these pop artists and even some of these rap guys that are indulging into the country scene, like Post Malone. I can think he's already been there. Beyonce now. That
was the biggest one for me though. Post Malone. You know that album. Everyone loves that album. Everyone listens to that album. There's probably 3 to 4 songs that I would have to say a lot of people have on repeat.
Yeah.
And then you have Beyonce's album where it's really one song. And I think she had another song, Most Wanted, won an award for Best Duo. Post Malone, every song's a duo. Like half the songs are amazing. So I've never even heard this song, Most Wanted. Well, and I listen to country.
Do you have the other awards up?
I don't. I just have the Kendrick ones, Beyonce, and then Sabrina Carpenter.
And what'd she win? Best single?
Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah.
She won Best... I can't believe you don't know this.
I knew she won something. But
Best Pop Solo Performance with Espresso.
Okay,
Shake That S. And then Best Pop Vocal Album, Short and Sweet.
Short and Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, again, she's
phenomenal.
She's blown up, bro.
She's phenomenal.
She's blown up.
We should have went to her concert. We should.
One day. Maybe she'll play a music
We have
fest.
to go.
We'll put a B team sign up and say, hop on the pod.
Are you going to anything Music Fest? Because you got Megan Maroney, you got Darius Rucker, you got Riley Green. I'm going to Riley Green.
Riley Green,
I already have tickets for that.
I know, funny enough, there was a guy at Mesa who didn't use the entree, but he didn't know.
Dude,
He's a Latin guy, and he plays like Latin music, and I've heard they were excellent. So I'm going out of my way to go and see them.
Oh, dude.
They're like one of those like side stages too. They're not even the main attraction.
Figure out what their name is. I wanted to say team name, but I know that's not their band name.
I will see. I listen. They're probably not going to be that tough to find. I'll see him again. I know he's going to perform at Rivals one of these days, and I'll know what the band is, and we'll go.
Yeah,
like
I want to go now. Yeah,
I heard they're excellent, so I want to go.
Well, last thing before we move on, we really should work with Brendan on putting out a country song.
Where is he?
Can you imagine if
is he in Vegas?
So he was in Vegas and went to California. He's on radio shows. He's getting breakfast named after him at his favorite breakfast spot. The guy's on a historical run at the moment.
I saw him golfing with the stogie in his mouth.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's living.
He's living life right now.
That was Arizona, but it looked like it, but it might be Cali.
I think it was Cali. I could be wrong. But yeah, dude, can you imagine us two making a country song with him?
Oh, I'll spit up some lyrics.
I will absolutely. That would be incredible.
I might have to throw a little bit of twang in there. I'm not the biggest country guy, but I could throw some little, I don't know, poppy-ish.
Yeah. Brendan Monroe featuring the B Team, Grammy for Best Country Song next year.
That would be funny. We have no idea how to play an instrument, but we'll sing it up. We'll get some harmonies going.
Oh, God. That'd be awesome.
Like, follow, subscribe, back to the show.
This Luka and AD trade. Okay.
I feel so bad for the Dallas Maverick fans. Okay, let me.
They're officially Laker Cowboys fans, so
they are a joke of a franchise, and I get it. AD is one of the best bigs in the game. Again, I'm not the biggest. I don't watch basketball a lot like a lot of these other guys, but like this trade and. So listen, Utah got 2 second-round picks. Somehow they're always in the fold in these trades. But Luka Doncic as a 25-year-old dude, there's some internal beef there. There's just no way that you look at yourself and you're like, I'm going to trade Luka Doncic. Dude, why? I get it. Like maybe this is a win now for Dallas, I guess, but the Lakers won the trade. I'm sorry. You just woke the dragon up, even though he's already been awakened. Like or awoken. Oh my God.
For me, short term, I think the Mavs won this year.
Not long term.
This year they won, but you essentially traded Luka Doncic in the early years of his prime. And let's just get this out of the way real quick. You're telling me he was pushing 250? That man looked more ripped than anyone I've seen getting off that plane. He's dropping 30 in his first game. He's going to be 38-8, just like he's averaged all year for you.
He's hurt, no?
He is, but he's supposed to be back.
He's been hurt for a while.
He should be back for the Mavs game, I think.
I don't know how
Now, I don't know how hurt he is because I have a feeling that Luka wanted out. So there's rumors that the Mavs are trying to relocate to Vegas. Now, that could have played a big role in did he want to stay there? I think the plan was always to get Luka into L.A. I think he always wanted to go. And, maybe the relocation rumors he didn't like. Maybe the GM he didn't like. I could actually tell you he hated the GM most likely because he showed us how many calls he just skipped over and took the one from Le GM.
Le GM.
But, I mean, this all stems from the GM hating his weight. He weight shamed him. He
sounded like a moron on that press conference. He sounded like a child.
How don't you tell Jason Kidd? How don't you tell the owner that you're going to do this, and then you just let it rip and you send Luka away, your franchise, to a team that's in your conference and is now going to run the conference for probably another 10 years. They're going to have him until he's 35. Mm-hmm. He's going to be there. They're going to reload around him. And Luka's just – dude, they just gave the Lakers 5 championships.
They gave them a playoff roster every single year, and they gave them a potential 3-time NBA championship in the next 10 years, let's say.
You traded Jamar Chase for Mike Evans.
You traded Joe Burrow for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. You like a very good player you gave to the Mavs, but he has probably 2 years left max. And you traded him for a guy who has probably 10 to 15 years in the early years of his prime. He's probably we've said this on this show before. I think we had this argument last year around the MVP. He was
by himself,
38-8 this year, and went to a championship by himself. The guy is unreal. We said this last year. I definitely said this because I remember my take.
Yeah,
Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA, but will never get the MVP because he isn't in that big market. Mm-hmm. Well, now he's in that big market. Now everyone's going to see him in prime time next to LeBron. They're going to see just how good he is. every single night. And when he wins a championship next to LeBron or without LeBron, I hope it's without LeBron because I want Luka to have his own shine. And we all know that LeBron will steal that.
For sure.
Luka Doncic should be winning MVP consistently. He should have won it the Embiid year. He should have won it all those Jokic years. Jokic and Embiid, great players. Great players for the team. But who was carrying their team to the playoffs and getting the championship? Luka Doncic. And the fact that the Mavs GM has just sent that away in return for Anthony Davis, who, he gives you 24, 12, and maybe 4 or 5. That's pretty good, and you can put him next to Kyrie. But you're just working with guys who are basically running on their last legs. You're going to have 2 years with this team, and then you're going to be in a rebuild.
Bro, the Nets,
oh my gosh,
the Nets got, I believe, like 2 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges for the Knicks.
That was...
They got, and listen, this is no knock on Anthony Davis. He's a phenomenal big. I mean, he's a really, really good big. He gets you the points. He gets you the boards. You run the offense through him, and he can also shoot, and he's a defender in the paint. Like, you get everything you want with AD. But in my opinion, I think the NBA is a lot different than these other leagues where when you have a superstar, you can't let that dude go. Listen, the Hawks are never going to let Trae Young go. The Lakers are never going to let Bron go. The Knicks, obviously, they would never let Jalen go. Look at the Sixers. They've never let Embiid go after all this turmoil and all this shit that has been with him. Yes, he's had great years with him, but they still hold on to him. Like, how do you let a guy who's 25 years old pretty much is a superstar in the league? He is a top 3, top 5 player in the league. And you let him walk. Mike, there's a conspiracy out there that they did this because the ratings are so low in the NBA that they just did this to at least increase the ratings because it's such an unwatchable sport to a lot of people out there. Not me, because listen, I will watch if it's on, I will watch basketball. I
won't. Not now.
I watched the Philly Nuggets game where they took it to OT. The Nuggets won, but you fucking blindside Jason Kidd, the fans, like, dude, they were fucking mourning him like he died outside the stadium.
Yeah, did you see outside of Dirk's statue?
Yes.
Someone brought a casket. These kids brought a casket.
What a terrible. That might be worse than the Saquon.
I don't want to go past what you said, though. I don't want to get too far away from it, where the NBA allowed this to up the ratings. And let me tell you, they're going to, because people are going to want to see that game, especially the Mavs-Lakers game. They're going to want to watch the Lakers and see Luka. I could see Luka playing this week. He probably wasn't even injured.
Yeah.
He's going to play this week. And now the ratings will go up in the short term. But this league, I mean, the league's too far gone this year. Until the playoffs, it's too far gone. Every game's a blowout. You look at the Sixers game last night. They were down 25. Look at the Mavs game. They were down 50.
Yeah.
These games aren't exciting. You got guys you got mediocre players running down the court, chucking threes. You know, Sixers are summoning guys that, I mean, my dad and I have never heard of. And we've watched the Sixers for how many years now? I mean, we got Blue Coats players that should never touch an NBA court playing. And they're running down the court jacking threes. But your only job is to set a screen and open up Maxey, pass the ball to Maxey, and you're chucking threes. What have you done to earn that right in the NBA?
What do you think is wrong with the league,
boggles
bro?
my mind.
Like, because
I think there's too much mediocre players.
Really? Now, do
too
you
many
think
mediocre players.
Like, when it comes to offense and defense, like, do you think they're just out there? Like, are they even running plays, or are they just playing iso ball?
It's
like the true NBA fans are going to come at us for this, but this is why I watch college ball instead. Like, I love because everyone there is professional. Everyone is good. They can shoot threes because they can make them. I get that.
Yes,
but there's nothing like fun about it, if that makes sense. Like, I really enjoy watching college ball more because they're playing for something that means something to them, to make it to the league. They're running offenses. They're running, I don't know, sometimes they're running zones. Like, it's different. Like, I feel like the NBA is so standard, and rightfully so, because you have professionals all over the place. You shouldn't be running zone. Like, you can run man because everyone should be able to guard their own man straight up.
So what you said is spot on. Absolutely spot on. And
like, I don't want to be designed. I'm sorry. I don't want to be designed a hater here.
No,
because
you're
we're gonna get people hating us.
I say the same thing. NCAA basketball and college basketball is better than NBA right now because of what you just said. There's players
that's what I think,
that are playing for something more than themselves. They're playing for their school, and they want to make it to the NBA. Yeah. They want to have those chances, so they're playing hard. They're listening to their coach. They're running plays. They're trying to make it to the tournament. In the NBA, probably 10 years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, the NBA sucks. It's just super teams or 6 teams that can win a championship."
Nothing's changed.
Games were way better then. Games were way better. People watched the games because what did you want to see? You wanted to see the 3 guys in Miami go up against the 3 guys in LA, Golden State. You wanted to see those games get played.
OKC.
Now, every team's got 1 or 2 guys. You got guys sitting out all the time. All right, you got what you wanted. Is it better or worse? No one watches the games anymore because there's 1 or 2 guys that could score buckets on every team, and the rest of the guys aren't that good. Why don't we? Everyone hated super teams. Bring back super teams. Start letting these teams just dial up trades. I personally, I don't think this trade was smart by the Mavs.
No.
But I love it for the NBA. I wish more teams would try and do this. Now, this trade basically shows us that not many players in the league are untouchable anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
The
Mavs
NBA,
are just idiotic.
Yes,
that could be another one.
The NBA needs this type of stuff to happen to live. The NFL can get away with it because there's enough good players around the NFL that every team's going to have 3 to 5 guys on both sides of the ball that everyone wants to watch that goes to the game. Yeah. In the NBA, you go to a Sixers game right now. Just using the Sixers as an example because we're right here.
It's Tyrese Maxey.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. You go to the Celtics. You got Jason Tatum. You got Jaylen Brown. You got Porzingis. You got Drew Holiday. You got Derek White. That's 5 guys off of one team. Then you look at the Knicks. You got all the Villanova guys. Mm-hmm. And what's his name? OG
Anunoby. Yep.
Right. All right. So there's 2 teams in the East with a handful of guys.
The Cavs. You can't forget them too.
The Cavs, but those are all.
Darius Garland.
What's pulling you to watch the Cavs? What's pulling you to watch the Cavs besides you got Darius Garland? Yes, but is he a big name that you're going to go watch?
I think he's definitely one of the bigger. I think Evan Mobley. I think you know what though? Why?
What about Evan Mobley wants you to go watch? Because he's not an MVP. He's not a all-star.
It's because for me, he's a young guy that's finally finding his groove, finding his niche where it comes to again. I'm a big man. I was always a big man in school.
That's
so
fine.
Jared Allen is another guy he was on the Nets. I love the way he plays in the paint. I love his defense in the paint. Evan Mobley's starting to develop a shot too, where he can start shooting threes.
See, but you're looking into the game at a bigger fan and more invested fan perspective. I'm talking about the guys who are just walking down the street who might watch 2 games a year. What is going to get them to come watch?
Superstar.
That Celtics team and that Knicks team have guys. Even the Heat, I bet you that just a random person down the street would watch the Heat because you got Jimmy Butler. They probably don't know that Jimmy Butler ain't playing. Yeah. You got what's his name? Tyler Hero. You got big man.
Bam
Adebayo. Right? Yep. And I can't even remember these fuckers' names. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So they got 3 guys there. And you look at the rest of that side of the NBA. What other teams have those guys? Then you look at the West. All right, they're going to walk down the street and go, oh, Luka and LeBron are playing together. You got AD and Kyrie playing together. Golden State, they're going to be like, you got Steph Curry, you got Draymond, but that's it.
That dynasty's over.
Look at OKC. Ran a person down the street. They might know SGA. Who else are they going to know on that team?
That's the season.
But and they're the best team in the league probably. But that's what I'm saying. There's no draw to NBA teams anymore. You used to have those Indiana Pacers teams that would compete with the Heat all those years. And then even the Heat had to deal with the Celtics. You had to deal with San Antonio. You had to deal with the Lakers and Kobe. You had Golden State. I just feel like you had OKC with the big 3. Big 4 if you include Big Baby and even Kendrick. Mm-hmm. I just feel like the NBA used to have, 8 to 10 teams that just had names. Mm-hmm. And now you got 5.
2 on each. Yeah.
You got 5 teams that have names that people know. In Boston, you really only know all the names because they won 2 championships in a row.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just tough for me to sit here and be like, oh, what does the NBA need to change on the court? I don't even think it's on the court. I think it's just get the names together.
I think it's just the game itself, bro.
But the game itself. But that's what I mean.
That's
if you
why
put these names together, it's going to be better basketball.
Yeah, and that's why I just don't really okay, this is the thing with basketball. basketball is a sport. It's similar to hockey. I watch hockey a little bit more. I was watching it last night.
Same.
But I think basketball.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You and I both watch hockey.
I mean, I always grew up a hockey guy.
Me too.
Like, Pop's always. I mean, he still plays hockey. He's 61 years old.
Incredible.
I know. But
All right, go ahead.
I just feel like the regular season, the NBA, just doesn't have. There's no leverage under it. Like once the playoffs begin, that's where people will start tuning in and watching these teams.
Yes.
That's fair. At least they're getting the viewership and the ratings during the playoffs. But again, it's what, 2-3 months out of the year? Not even 2 months. But the regular season doesn't even matter to a lot of these guys. Like, yeah, they'll watch and be like, oh, like, or let's check on ESPN. Oh, okay, they won last night. Like, all right, perfect example.
I've watched 2 games of the Sixers. I'm a huge Sixers fan.
The Nets beat the Rockets 2 nights ago. I'm like, okay, Rockets are a good team. Nets won. Great. Awesome. Like, they just. There's no.
Are the Rockets even? Who do the Rockets have now?
Alperen Sengun. They got Jalen Green. They got that one Thompson brother, the twin. He's excellent, great player. Who else do they have? Fred VanVleet, and I think they have Dylan Brooks, who could be a attention grabber.
I just feel like the NBA used to like have posts every day that people were engaging with, and like I would see every day. I don't see anything anymore.
I just think the game is just not the same.
It's
and
just
I think that
changed.
has really like hurt the NBA because now everyone just shoots threes.
Yeah.
And I might sound like a cliche fan for saying that, but
no, there's too many
it's
bad
just
players.
it's just a shooting game now. Like Steph Curry, in my opinion, I think changed the game of the 3-pointer and shooting.
Yeah.
And now everyone, you look at big men, bro. Al Horford's out here shooting threes. Brooke Lopez is out here shooting threes. Like everyone, and listen, for when you strategically think about the game, of course you want 3-pointers over 2-pointers.
Yeah.
But there's just the physicality aspect I don't really think is there anymore. It's just dull, I think. I don't know. That's why I don't really watch a lot of it. Like, but again, I don't watch a lot of it, so maybe a lot of people who do are gonna be like, he's wrong. Like, it's not just 3-point shots. Like, it's actual fundamental basketball. But if you watch an NBA game and then you watch a college basketball game, what is more fundamental? Like, it's NCAA by heartbeat. And I love that, dude. And maybe because it gets a lot of publicity because of the March Madness tournament.
There's more drama.
There's more drama. It's a big tournament. Like, I feel like the regular season, like, it's just, I feel like a handful of people would rather watch Madness than watch a full month of regular season basketball. There's just more to it. Obviously, okay, that was kind of a stupid question or statement, but
everything
my
we're
thing with the
saying
NBA.
is true. Like, people are NBA stands, like Adam, they're gonna say like that we're just haters.
He doesn't even watch that much anymore,
That's
bro.
what I mean. And there's guys that used to watch the NBA a ton that don't watch because there's too much crap just going out on the court and chucking threes. The game used to be good. You used to go down low in the paint, then you work it out, you swing the ball, you hit a three. And the guys that were shooting threes could actually shoot them. And that's what I was going to say when you were talking about Steph Curry. There's too many guys in the league right now that shoot threes that need the Happy Gilmore treatment. Remember right in the first scene when his girlfriend's like, the only problem is, Happy, you're not that good. More guys need to have that scene said to them by their coach and their GM and tell them your job is to pass it to Luka or to drive into the paint. Your job, or throw it down low to Embiid or AD. Like, your job's not to actually score. I hate to say it to you. You got to be Patrick Beverly. Your job is to get rebounds, get assists, move the ball, bring the ball up the court, make sure the play is flowing. You're not the guy that is supposed to shoot. Even if you were the guy in college that dropped 15 or 20 points a game, if you were the guy in high school that dropped 30 or 40 a game, that's no longer your job in the NBA because let me tell you, you're not as good as Luka. You're not as good as Embiid. You're not as good as Maxey. That's not your job. And too many guys think it's their job to score.
I don't know how you fix it. I don't. And, like, listen, I still think there are a lot of people. I don't want to be a hater. Like, I don't want to put myself as a hater.
But
I think
facts.
a lot of people out there will stand by the NBA, and they love what they're watching. Like, there are big, like, a lot of my buddies are massive basketball fans. They love watching basketball. Cardi loves the Knicks. Logan loves the Lakers. He's a Lakers fan. Pino loves the Sixers. Like, they love watching basketball. And, like, kudos to them. Like, they enjoy the league. They enjoy the play. Like, good for them. There are a lot of guys out there that do that. But there are some, like myself, that, but Brooklyn Nets fan. Like, number one, moving to Brooklyn was the dumbest idea in the world. It should stay in Jersey.
But, Mike,
I'm trying to just back myself up and not get
Nets,
fucking canceled.
You're a Nets fan and a Jets fan. I'm a Sixers and a Cowboys fan. People are going to hate that statement.
Mm-hmm.
You still watch every Jets game. I still watch every Cowboys game. Our team sucked this year.
I think it's different, though, because it's once a week.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But our teams, we only know about like one game a week anyways for our basketball teams. So what is keeping us from watching those games? Because we're in the same situation for both our teams, football and basketball. We're good, but we're not that good.
Yeah.
But we still tune into the football. Why? Because there's names on the football field.
No one
That's
wants to watch them. Yeah.
But there's names on the football field that you need to see.
That's true.
On our basketball teams, is there anyone that you really need to see? Like when I love Maxey. I love Jared McCain. I just got a Jared McCain jersey, actually. I love them. But I'm not tuning in for them. When Embiid plays, for whatever reason, I tune in. The couple games I watched this year, it was because I looked and I was like, oh shit, Embiid's playing. I watch. Maxey has played in every game, and he's an all-star. He's an all-star. He's our best player most nights, even with Embiid. But I don't tune in for that. I tune in for Embiid. I feel like that is the root of ratings for the NBA. There's not enough drawing names.
Everyone's tuned in.
Everyone's tuned in.
They got De'Aaron Fox now, so that will be another name. But
that was a great trade.
Yeah, everyone is tuned in for Victor Wembanyama. If I'm watching the Spurs or if I'm betting the Spurs, is Victor playing? Yeah, he's playing. Okay, I'll probably take the +4.
And that's another thing. He plays every night.
I'm tired of this low management.
Yeah, you signed up for this.
It's a joke.
You signed up for this. If you were in college and you had to play 3-4 times a week, you would probably play. So enough with this BS that, I'm a little sore. Kobe Bryant was out there with an Achilles torn in half, torn ACLs. You got Tiger Woods out here winning U.S. Opens on torn ACLs, and you can't play because you're a little sore. I hate to say it, take their money away. Take all these 345 Supermaxes and cut them in half for these guys if they sit out 20 games a year. It's ridiculous the amount of money they're stealing.
And it's funny.
Go ahead.
It's just kind of a random point here. Like the NBA and the NHL are very similar. They play like every other day, sometimes 3 days.
I know what you're gonna say.
Like 3 days before, but. Dude, those guys are out there, fucking just putting a show on, bro.
And they're fighting. And they're hitting.
Dude, they're putting out a show. Like, bro, the Rangers game last night, fantastic game. They were down 2-1 going into the third intermission or third period, came back, won. I'm like, dude, this is what's great about it, dude. We had Jonathan Quick in there, got his 400 career win. JT Miller's been playing well. Like, but again, these guys are feeling the same with their own team, but like
But you with the Rangers and me with the Flyers, we tune into those no matter what. And that might be because of what we said, how we liked hockey a little more growing up.
Yeah.
But everyone plays, so you're excited to watch. Even when the Flyers lost the other night, 5-1, I think.
Yeah.
I still watched the whole game. I mean, I left at the last 2 minutes because I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
And I put on Family Feud for whatever reason. I love Family Feud.
Me too.
Family Feud I'm really big on it. I would love to go on it.
Snap.
I think the same. We should go on it.
We're not family.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that aren't family. There was like a nursing home crew that went on.
Bro, we would be on that show for 2 months straight.
We would win multiple cars.
We'd be millionaires, bro. We'd have so many cars. Just sell them off.
All right. Real quick, because we got to wrap this up and get into the Super Bowl here. So that's more the rating stuff that we've talked about. On the court, honestly, dude, I think that you just we got to go back to the old days.
Or move it back, but that's...
No, but then people are just going to keep shooting. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have guys just pulling up from that deep arc anyways. But I think sometimes you got to go back to go forward. Maybe you take away the 3-point line, and you make these guys actually have to shoot. People were way better shooters back in the day. Why? Because there was no 3-point line. Like, you had to be good from the elbow. You had to be good from that mid-range.
Mid-range is gone.
Mid-range is gone. There's only a few guys.
There's like a few. Like DeMar is one of them.
Unreal.
He's a great mid-range guy. Kawhi. But I think they move it back. I think they somehow find a way to move it a foot, maybe 2 feet back.
Should they make the arc
connected
to the sideline, and it's just a deep arc?
Yeah.
So you basically take the
you take away the corner three,
but you also essentially you're taking away a 3-point line because who's really going to shoot from that deep?
And I think it eliminates a lot of the players that like can shoot threes but aren't consistent, like your Steph Currys and your
ones that should pass the ball,
the ones that should maybe shoot a mid range or be in the post. Like I don't know. It's just it's tough to say this as a fellow person who's played It's like me when I played football. I played offensive line. I played D end. Like when I watch the games, that is the first area, like ball snap. I'm watching the offensive line. I'm not watching Aaron Rodgers drop back. Fuck that guy. I'm watching the offensive line and the defensive line. When I watch these NBA games, I am watching. Like I love watching Jokic play. I love his game. Like when I play, I think I play.
I mean, I hate him out of respect for Embiid.
This is a crazy statement that I'm going to say. Right
Are you
now,
about to say that you play like Jokic?
I kind of do. I'm not saying I drop 30 and 15 and fucking 20. Yo, relax, bro. We're talking about pickup ball here.
We're talking about a 2-time MVP.
But like,
you just call yourself the 2-time
right,
MVP.
Throw the numbers out the window, dude. But like when you, all right, I can't shoot threes like Jokic. I'm gonna admit that I can't shoot. I don't think I've ever made a three in any game I've played.
All right, Evan Mobley, continue.
Yeah, Jared Allen, perfect. Rudy Gobert. Like I watch these guys. Like I love watching your specific position group that you played as someone in your youth. Like I love watching the bigs play, and like I just feel like that game. It's just not there. Like, it's just not there. Like, when Embiid plays, I love seeing him post up. I love when Giannis posts up. The dude's a small forward, power forward. He posts up. Like, that's why, like, the three-pointer for me, it's like, it's just taking away so much from these other guys that, like, I want to see just go to work in the post, get the board up. Karl Anthony Towns, same thing. Like, I don't know. It's just tough. It's just a tough watch for me.
All right.
I'm such a hater.
Let's move on. Let's move on here. We can talk about that.
I'm going to get fucking ripped for this.
All right, guys. Real quick break from the show. Mesa Modern Mexican. Go to the Cantilla. It's time to get yourself a margarita from Mikey. When you go there, we have a nice little special offer for you. They are going to give you 10% off your entree if you mention the B Team podcast. So get over there, not just on a Sunday. Go on a Monday, go on a Tuesday. Make it an everyday thing. Go there for lunch. Do it 3-4 times a week. Take the kids out. You know, you work all week. Take a load off. Go get 10% on the B Team. When you go there, say to your waitress, say to your bartender, say to the manager, say to your friend. Spread the good word of the B Team. Tell them the B Team podcast sent you. Tell them Mikey sent you. When you see him there, don't just walk by like a stranger. Say hello to him. Tell him Colin sent you. I'm probably not going to be there every day because I'm working here putting out good content for all of you. While I'm on the topic, subscribe. Go to Mesa Modern Mexican, Easton, PA. Great food, great prices. Get yourself 10% off today mentioning the B Team. Back to the show. All right, so here's our Super Bowl preview, the official Super Bowl preview of the B Team. Mike? Kansas City is currently favored -1.5. The over-under is at 48.5. Kansas City money lines -125. Birds is +110. It's lining up to be a really good one. They think this thing's going to be a shootout.
Yeah,
a shootout. I want to get
50.5, 55,
48.5,
48.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to get your thoughts on this because the Chiefs are heading into their 5th Super Bowl in 6 years. There's a lot on the line here for both teams. I think Mahomes GOAT debate. You got kind of, it's almost like a legacy game for some of these guys on the Bird side.
I think it's more about the Eagles than the Chiefs.
Yeah,
really
it's a legacy game.
This is the underdog versus the emperor. This is the empire that they're facing now. The Chiefs are the empire, obviously. Like if Mahomes loses, it doesn't matter. He'll probably be there next year anyways to give it another shot. This is big on Jalen Hurts. This is big for the O-line. This is big for Sirianni. This is big for Saquon. The defense, not as much, but they got to show out. I think this is a massive, so many implications for the Eagles here. They need, I personally think, and I think a lot of people think this in Philly, they clearly have a better team. They have a better roster. I really think they do.
They do. It's a fact.
They're better.
It's a fact.
But I mean, maybe besides quarterback, but
and head coach.
I'll take and head coach, quarterback and head coach. I'll take over the Chiefs. Let's see what else. Maybe the secondary. Yeah, imagine. Maybe the secondary I'll take. I mean, like I know Cooper and Darius Slay and Quinion.
It depends who's playing.
Like Trent McDuffie, is he out there? Like the safeties are very good too. But
if assuming everyone's healthy, I think the Birds still have them.
I just think the game plan is so simple. It's like beating a dead horse. Do what works. Do what works, and if it does, but be a little bit more balanced. Don't run it every time because the Chiefs are obviously going to know what they're going to do. They have very good coaches. They've been there before. Can Sirianni take down the big dog? Can he take him down? So and Kellen Moore's going to have to give a good game here. I think the Eagles. I mean, I'm taking the Chiefs -1.5 to obviously fade the Birds, let them win the Super Bowl. I clearly think they have a better roster. I really think they pull out the win here. I believe it. I surely do. When you have a guy that's like Saquon, who's been on the Giants for most of his career, and he's now in a position where he's in the Super Bowl, Dude, you gotta. This is your last game, man. This is it. You got one more. Jalen Hurts has to play out of his mind.
So
for me,
I have
game for
a
Jalen
few
Hurts.
things here. That I'm gonna work off of what you just said. All right. So there's been a couple rematches, 5 to be exact, of head coaches in the Super Bowl. This will be the
number 2.
What's up?
This will be the second rematch.
No, for them.
Sirianni. And
No, I'm
Erie?
saying in history.
Oh,
there's been 5 in history. The winning head coach of the first one has always won the next one. Not looking good for
stats.
Sirianni. Then you look at the quarterback matchups. There's been, I think it was 9. It was 9 or 11, something like that. And, the winning quarterback of the first one always won the second one. So stats are not looking good. And all that being said, Jalen Hurts is going to decide this Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right? This Chiefs offense has struggled this year in the red zone. 22nd in efficiency, right? They're going up against an Eagles defense that gives up 17.5 points on the season, 18.3 in the playoffs. They're going up against an Eagles offense who has a great secondary, great D-line, an Eagles offense that has run the ball like crazy, right? I think they're 4th in running the ball right now in the league. I think the Chiefs stop that. I think the Chiefs are one of the best teams when it comes to a Super Bowl at taking away what you're good at and going against it and making you beat them with the thing that you're not great at, and that is throwing the football. Can Jalen Hurts produce what he did against Washington, where he threw for 250 on 20 of 28, and they had 7 rushing touchdowns in the game? Can they recreate that game in the air? Now, we are also talking about a team that has probably the greatest free agency signing of all time in Saquon Barkley in the backfield. So Saquon's going to get his eventually. He's going to have a big run. It just happens every game.
Does.
But it's going to come down to Jalen Hurts, just like you said before. Can he find A.J. Brown? Can he throw those over-the-top balls like he was doing so well against Washington?
I think we're going to see the Chiefs blitz the fuck out of everyone. I think they're just going to send the house. I don't. They're going to stack the box. They're going to send the house, and they're going to just Saquon is their number one priority. I think they're going to do it all game. They're going to smother him. They're going to smother. Listen, you still got Chris Jones and Karlaftis on that team. They're going to get theirs too. They're going to smother him. If they want to win, smother Saquon Barkley, smother Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Because
look what they did against Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. And they also, yeah, exactly. Great point. The Eagles have played exceptionally well throughout the playoffs. They did not turn the ball over.
Yep.
Who's going to turn over the ball more? Whoever turns over the ball more is losing the game. I'm sorry. Maybe the Chiefs can actually pull out a squeaky dub if they do have 3-2 turnovers.
If this is a one-possession game, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, 17 in a row.
I will say the refs are going to be under a microscope this game. This is going to be. I already can predict all of it.
You know, Mike. I have something to say about this because we haven't talked about this for probably a week and a half. The whole referee thing, Buffalo, you got to get over it. Eventually, we all have to grow up here. Refs are the refs, and we're gonna sit here and act like Buffalo got screwed that game. That game should have been done and dusted well before that tush push that you guys had that may or may not have gotten over the line, right? You guys, there was a face mask that was clear as day that was not called that would have put the Chiefs into field goal range easily, even if they didn't gain another yard.
Tough job. Tough job.
I'm sorry, but I have no sympathy for the refs. I have no sympathy for the Bills. Anyone that's complaining about the refs like helping the Chiefs this postseason, you're just plain wrong. The Bills got away with a lot in that game where, yeah, the Chiefs might have got away with the big one at the end, but there was big ones earlier on that they could have probably got points off of.
We're going to see it. I know we'll see it.
And it's going to happen both ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen both ways. The Eagles, it's been the same thing.
Don't go on Twitter after the game.
No. Eagles.
#rigged will be the number one trending topic.
But the Eagles,
like it is every single year.
Think about the Commanders game. There was a play in the Eagles game that there was a clear hold on the Birds, right?
They got away with a lot of stuff.
Too,
I'll be honest. They did blow them out.
Both fan bases can't complain about anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
let's see who gets
the
more
refs
flags
aren't going to be the big thing here. The refs won't be the big thing here. And if people make it about the refs and the Birds, I'm sure will make it somehow about the field, even though in their last game they were slipping all over the place. That was your home field. Are we going to make excuses for that? Oh, we didn't get 70 points because we were slipping?
Yeah.
Talk to your fucking GM.
Mm-hmm.
Great GM, by the way. Wish he was my GM. Cowboys don't have the worst GM in Dallas. Forgot to say that earlier. Yeah, the Birds, you just have to focus on what the game plan is. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. If the Chiefs stop it, don't do any of this stupid shit that Kellen Moore is going to want to do. Play action, go over the top to A.J. Brown. You win the game easy. I'm on the Birds money line.
Mm-hmm. It's, for me, the O-line, they got to play well too, because you got a lot of guys that have been there before, but then you have two guys that are new and have not been there before. Well, Cam Jurgens has been there, didn't play. Mekhi Becton, how is he going to look? Is he going to go back?
Like a great.
Is he going to keep it up? Is he going to maybe have a bad game? That's the thing. Again, that's so. I don't want to go back to the NBA and NFL, but it's so exciting because week in and week out, how are these guys going to perform? Garrett Wilson has 1 catch. Next day, he has 12 catches on 20 fucking targets. Like, how are these guys going to look? How is Devontae Smith going to look? Is Jahan going to get some time? Is Saquon going to have the best game of his career? Is Jalen Hurts going to turn the ball over like he did again last Super Bowl where he played, or a crucial turnover? Like, how are these guys going to look? Are they going to play to their best ability?
This last Washington game, he had 250, but, like, when's the last time before that he threw it like that? He didn't.
And it's funny that it all really comes down to him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It comes down to everyone. It comes down to the whole team. Is the defense going to stop Mahomes? Are they going to not commit stupid penalties like I said last week? Jalen Carter, play smart. We need you there to play smart. Don't do anything stupid. Zach Bond's going to be running all over the place. He's going to do a good job. I know that for a fact. Cooper DeJean, the secondary, how are they going to play? I know we talked about how good that secondary is, and the Eagles fans thrive over it. They love it. They love Coop. They love Quinyon Mitchell. They love Darius Slay. But listen, it's going to be they're going to be running routes, and it's going to be confusing. Xavier Worthy's got speed. Are you going to make sure the top is capped? Are you going to run that umbrella defense? Are you going to make sure that he's taken away? Travis Kelce, who are you going to put on? Are you going to put a linebacker on him, man-to-man? Are you going to run zone? It's going to be very intriguing to see what Vic Fangio does. I don't know how they're going to run it. Cooper DeJean, big moment for him. Quinyon Mitchell, big moment for him too. Let's not go like DeAndre Hopkins is on that team still. A lot of these guys, Justin Watson, like the guys, they have depth. The one thing the Eagles don't have a receiver is depth. They don't. Jahan, okay, let's be real. Love Jahan Dotson. We know that. We're big Jahan Dotson supporters. Is he going to make a difference like Justin Watson and DeAndre Hopkins? Like, I don't know. They don't have the depth like they do. So that might hurt them. Damn. That might hurt them. It might. But seriously.
I agree with you because who do the Eagles have for Jalen Hurts to throw to? It's 2 guys.
3.
All right, you got Dallas.
I'll put Dallas in there. Why not?
Like,
that's kind of it.
The Chiefs are going to take one of them away.
Yeah.
They're going to take one away. So he's got 2 guys to throw to.
It's going to be AJ. He'll take AJ away.
He's only going to have AJ. I don't think Devontae Smith's going to get it done, dude.
I hope.
I hope he does. I like
I'm
him. I like him. But I don't know. He has to play well for them to win this Super Bowl.
They'll muscle him. That's the thing. He's got to create separation.
Let's talk about the Chiefs a bit here. It's been a lot about the Birds. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the talk is going to be about the Birds coming into this game solely because of what we spoke about and everything that's on the line for them.
Yes.
The Chiefs have the least to lose in this game. We just said 5th in 6 years. They've been running the AFC. They have the best quarterback in the game, maybe the best of all time. You got one of the best tight ends of all time, probably top 2. It might not be 2. You got 2 great running backs. You got D-Hop, who is in the back end of his prime. It's not like he's this 45-year-old out there. He's not Jerry Rice at the end of his career
He'll catch.
in Oakland.
That's all that matters. He'll make the catch.
This is D-Hop.
Yeah.
You got Xavier Worthy, who's currently 5th in terms of MVP odds.
Yeah.
You got Kareem Hunt, who's having this like second coming of life in Kansas City.
And a really good O-line.
And a really good O-line. And you have Andy Reid.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a great game. What does Kansas City have to do to dominate this game?
I think you got to test the secondary. I think you have to test them because I think we know that D-line in Philly is fine. I think the D-line and the linebacking core, they're going to do theirs. They're going to stop the run a lot. I think they need to attack the outsides. They got to attack the outside hash marks. They got to get Worthy. They got to send some deep balls here. They got to do some short passes, like quick passes, maybe like a little have Worthy go out in motion, send him a pass, let him run.
Yeah.
I think they test the secondary because they can block. D-Hop might be in the back end of his career. He's blocked for how long as a receiver? I think Travis Kelce is going to be in the blocking game a lot. I think Noah Gray's going to be in the blocking game a lot. They're going to find ways to try to attack one of those guys, maybe one of those rookies, and maybe get a lot of yards from that. And they're going to be balanced too. But I think that's what they do to win. You got to attack that secondary. Don't be scared of them. Attack them.
That's one thing that I think Washington didn't do a great job of with Jaden. They didn't get him out of the pocket as much. Mahomes is great when he starts scrambling. He's probably the best in the league in terms of scrambling, completing throws, getting yards. They can't let Mahomes get trapped in that pocket. If you get him out of the pocket, I think the Chiefs run this game. That offense is going to have a field day.
I don't know if I think Fangio's going to run a lot of zone. He's going to do a lot of zone defense, and he's going to blitz as well. I don't see him doing a lot of man, and I think that's what's going to hurt them if they do run a lot of man. So it's going to be a zone blitz scheme. I think they're going to send Vaughn a lot. They're going to send a cornerback a lot. They're going to be very creative in how they blitz. But Andy Reid, listen, you got to be careful because he will exploit. If you see one thing and you're emptying the playbook right away, Andy Reid's going to exploit that. He's going to remember that. It's like Greg Maddux.
Did I see something that Vic Fangio is like 0-8 against Andy Reid?
Probably.
Is that? I don't know if that's true or not. I saw he was like 0 against someone.
I love these stats, bro. Because everyone will find stats that go each way, bro. Even Whitehall High School posted something where it was like the last two people who got their jerseys retired and made it to a Super Bowl in Whitehall High School have won the Super Bowl. They are 2 out of 3. We're waiting on Saquon on Sunday.
Nice.
Like everyone just like.
I like that stat. I like that stat a lot.
Too.
Did you know that Saquon's never lost a Super Bowl?
He has never lost a Super Bowl. So
people forget that. Never lost one. Patrick Mahomes has lost one.
It's very exciting. Patrick Mahomes has lost.
Patrick Mahomes has lost more Super Bowls than Saquon Barkley.
He's been to so many. Bro.
Book it.
He's been to so many Super Bowls. I mean, if Rashee Rice is on this team right now,
technically he still is.
He is, but if he was playing in this game, man, I would probably ride with the Chiefs. Be like, yes,
that is a great analogy.
I am taking. Yeah, right. You like that? No pun intended. I am taking the Chiefs -1.5. Go Birds. I can't believe I'm saying it. Go Birds. Saquon, get the ball, man. Get it done.
Let's
get the ring.
You ready? All right. Remember, head over to Mesa Modern Mexican for 10% off and for wellness. Right now, DJ50, get 50% off, and then use our code. I really don't feel like going and finding it again, so just look at the bottom of your screen right now.
7-3,
it's something like
2-4.
that. Again, I don't know why they did that to me, but it is what it is. Have a great day.
See you later.